Hello from my family to yours and welcome to At 5 Tickets. This channel is dedicated to sharing with you all our family adventures. We are a family of 5. There's me, Chloe, my husband Dan, our eldest son Harrison, who is 13, our middle child Barkley, he is 10, and then Nancy is 6. And we are so excited to share with you that we are going on an amazing holiday in the next 12 days. We are so excited for our next trip, and to share with you guys, we are actually going to Florida for 3 weeks. We cannot wait. We're actually going to Disney for 2 weeks, and then we are going to be moving location over to Universal for another week. So 3 weeks in total, family of 5. We cannot wait. We are so excited. We did Disney back in 2023. It was the first experience for us all as a family. So we didn't vlog or spend our time doing that because I just wanted to soak up those first memories. But this time, we're going back. We had an amazing time in 2023. We cannot wait to go back. We're going back in 12 days. I'm just so excited thinking about it. It's going to be an amazing holiday. We just cannot wait. When we went to Disney in 2023, we soaked up everything Disney. We spent a full 2 weeks. My mum and dad actually came with us as well. We spent the full 2 weeks just doing Disney and soaking up all the atmosphere, all the fun. We did so many character meet and greets. We did loads of rides, nearly every ride actually. We did some amazing restaurants. So we're just so excited to go back to our happy place, somewhere that we just love to go as a family. We are so lucky this time to be going for 3 weeks. We are lucky that we get to go and do Disney all over again. We're lucky that this is going to be the first time any of us have been to Universal Orlando. And we are so excited to get some video footage, to vlog it, to share with you guys all our experiences, because a family of 5 can be tricky to manage. I am planned, sorted, and the itinerary is jam-packed full of Disney magic, Orlando, Universal, everything possible. It's just going to be the best holiday ever. The first thing to share about the holiday is how much time and effort is gone into planning this holiday. When we went in 2023, I was aware that we had to plan Disney. I did loosely plan Disney and make sure we knew what we were doing. I got the reservations and things we wanted to do. This time, I have planned it so well in advance. We know what we're doing. We know what we want to get out of our trip this time. We know what restaurants we want to go back to again or try that we haven't tried before. We know what character meet and greets. We know where we want to be. So it's just actually been part of the fun for me is planning the trip. And I feel like it's been such a massive build up to going, because all I've been doing for the past year is watching Disney vlogs, researching what we can do, researching the best foods, watching to see what the latest top tips are, how we can get on the rides quicker, how the new rope drop is looking. So again, all this I am happy to share. Let's share our travel plans first. We are actually going to drive down to London Gatwick on the Friday night. We have booked to stay at the Hilton. They offer us a twilight check-in when we do that. So we're able to stay at the Hilton and we're able to go and check in all our big baggage on the Friday night. I think it's between the hours of 6 and 9 p.m. we can go and actually check in our luggage. Then we're going to stay at the Hilton at Gatwick. We're going to wake up in the morning. We're going to have breakfast at the Hilton. And then we're just going to be quite slow and steady into the airport, going through security. We don't actually fly out until midday on the Saturday. We're flying from Gatwick to Tampa. So that's what we did in 2023 as well. But in 2023, we did it as part of our 2-week package. This time we have planned everything separately. So our flights are separate to our accommodation and our tickets. It was a much better value for money doing it that way. So that's what we're doing. But we should get to Tampa about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, which again is fine for us. We don't mind that. And then we've actually booked an Uber just for us, a private transfer from Tampa straight to Disney. Right, when we get to Disney. So we are staying at Caribbean Beach Resort. We've never stayed there. It's a moderate resort. We're really looking forward to it. We wanted it this year to have access to the Skyliner. So that was a huge reason of why we've chosen Caribbean Beach. But also because we are a family of 5, we don't feel the need to spend lots of money on these huge family suites. We literally spend most of our times in the parks or by the pool. We are not going to be spending a lot of money to get the very best family suite that we need. It's just not where our money goes when we go to Disney. So we are going to Caribbean Beach so that we can have a 5th sleeper room. We're going there for 14 nights. It's just a standard room with a 5th sleeper. You actually get the 2 double beds. One of them at first normally is pulled in and you have to pull it down to get the other bed, but 2 double beds, and then there's actually a single 5th sleeper that pulls out for Nancy. It's brilliant. She wants a proper bed. I want her to have a proper bed. It is a proper bed, but we're not paying the extortionate amounts that a family suite would be. We've got tickets for all 4 Disney parks, including both the water parks, which actually for the first time in many years, Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach are open this summer, so we're going to make sure we definitely do that. We've got Memory Maker included within our Disney ticket, and we have got the quick service dining plan. Now, the reason we've gone for that is in 2023, we first time at Disney exploring everything, really. We took my mum and dad. It was a huge, kids have never been, let's just do everything. Cinderella's Castle, everything. We want to explore now the foods that are on offer to us in the parks more than we did last time. The quick service dining plan works really well. Both the boys are now 10 or above. So we've actually got 4 adult dining plans, quick service dining plans, and then Nancy has the child. That'll be as much as we need, I am sure. If you don't know this, as part of the Disney dining plan, you get 2 quick service meals per person per day, and then you get a snack or an alcoholic drink or non-alcoholic drink as well per day. So in total, we will actually have 70 snack or drink credits for the whole of the 2 weeks and 140 quick service meal credits as well. So again, as part of my plan, I've planned where we can use those and where we're going to make sure we actually do use all those credits. Looking forward to experiencing what the Disney dining plan offers. I can't see many vlogs up there right now about the dining plans, so I'm hopefully going to get a little bit of video footage to share with everybody what that looks like. I've done my research. I've definitely found out already what quick services are the best and what are the best things to get with your money. So anyway, sorry, back to where we're staying. So we're staying at Disney Caribbean Beach, standard room with a 5th sleeper, 14 nights there. Tickets for all 4 Disney parks, including both the water parks, which I'm excited about, Memory Maker, and the quick service dining plan. Now, I found something out as well a couple of weeks ago that we've actually booked a mini golf. We haven't booked it yet. We're going to go. As part of the tickets, you can go and do the mini golf for free as part of the ticket that we have, the 14-day magic ticket that we have bought. Plan will be to land at Tampa and then to Uber over to Caribbean Beach. We are staying there, like I said, for 14 nights. When we get to start of August, we are going to be, after our 14 nights at Disney, we are actually going to be going to stay for 7 nights at Endless Summer Dockside Resort in Universal. Again, we're staying on resort because of all the benefits that you get. We get the early entry, same with Disney, if we're staying on resort. So we're staying at Summer Dockside Resort and we're staying there for 7 nights. And then the plan for travelling then will be to get an Uber back to Tampa from there. For the Universal Endless Summer Dockside Resort, we are staying in a 2-bedroom family suite. It was the cheapest we could find. For 7 nights, we've got the 3 Park Explorer tickets for all of us. And then we have got 1 day at Epic Universe. And we are so excited for that park. It is going to be terrific. There is so much, I'm sure there's so much about Epic Universe right now. We are so lucky that we managed to get that ticket as part of our package. We've just had to pay for it separate to the other tickets. So we've got a 3-day Park Explorer to get us into Universal Studios, Universal Islands of Adventure and Volcano Bay. And then we've had to add the day on. We cannot get any other time at Epic Universe, they're just not allowing us to do that. We were only allowed to get a 1-day Epic Universe ticket, which we have paid for, again, like I said, again, separately. Checking in. So I've just got to share this with you. I plan every single thing on Canva. As part of my job, I actually get Canva Premium for free. So I've used this to plan our itinerary, so I know what we are doing and where we're going. Like I said, you do need to plan Disney just to get the most out of it. You can't expect to turn up at Disney and just get on everything without some thought process behind it. Now, I currently have got this on its way to me. I have actually paid for this to be printed before we go, so I'm not having to carry around my iPad with me, and it'll be on like little cards. So I've got like my planned itinerary for each day. We are getting there at 7:30 at night, approximately. We'll be organising our magic bands. We'll be getting our credits put on. We'll collect our refillable mugs. So as part of the Disney dining plan as well, the quick service one that we're doing, we all get a free refillable mug, which we're looking forward to. We've still got the ones from 2023, and we were so lucky when we went then because we actually got the 100 years refillable mugs. I know they've changed now, and they change every now and again. So yeah, so as part of the Disney dining quick service plan as well, we get the free refillable mug, as part of our Disney dining plan. The idea then will be we're just going to go and grab some food at Centretown Market, which is the food court area at Caribbean Beach. I'll be excited to get some of those chicken tenders, which are always amazing. We'll probably end up picking up some like grab and go bits from the Centretown Market grab and go, just to tell us over breakfast and things in the room. We are huge rope droppers. We will want to be getting to those parks really early. We won't be staying up really late. Some nights we will, but we'll be making sure we're up and early, because staying on Disney Resort, we want to get all the benefits. We want to use the transport, and we want to get those early hours into the park as well. So we'll pick up some grab and go bits on that first night to keep in our room, to keep in the fridge in the room, just so that when the kids wake up in the morning, we've got something really quick to snack on before we hit and get the Skyliner in. And then that night we'll be going to the room, we'll be unpacking, and we'll be going straight to sleep. So that's our initial travelling, how we're getting there, what the plan is when we get there. We're not planning on going to the parks that evening at all. We're just going to get to Caribbean Beach, have a little wander around, make sure we've eaten, make sure our credits are all on, make sure we've got our refillable mugs, make sure everything's loaded. Barkley will definitely be doing some pin trading. I'm sure he'll be looking at all the boards in Caribbean Beach as soon as we get there. But yeah, and then it'll be a nice early start the next day. So one thing to mention about Caribbean Beach is that it is huge. I've never been there. We've never actually been there. We've never stayed at Caribbean Beach. It is a moderate resort, which we had to go to because we wanted a 5th sleeper room. We've only ever stayed at value resorts, again, because we don't want to spend a lot of money on our room. We want to just sleep in our room. And that's all we do there. So we're not interested about going somewhere really expensive, especially when we're a family of 5, because that's expensive anyway. So I've already got the map of Caribbean Beach. I've already actually contacted Disney and asked if we can stay in a certain area. That is because Caribbean Beach is so large that actually we wanted to make sure we were in an area where we could get to the Skyliner really quick, but then we could also get to the Centretown Market and maybe to the Riviera, all as like an even walking pace. So we've actually asked to stay in Jamaica. Now, Jamaica is nearest to the Skyliner, but then it's a walk towards Riviera. Riviera have a Skyliner too, so that's another option. And then actually it's just a centre, cross the bridge in the centre to get to the play area, get to the big pool, and then you're at the food court as well. So there's no guarantee that we're going to get that room, but we have rung Disney. They have put it on as notes. They do try their best to accommodate what you would like. We didn't say exactly what block. We just said we'd like to be in Jamaica, hopefully like in one of those block numbers. We did give a bit of an option there. They do also let you ask if you wanted a ground floor room or upstairs. That doesn't bother us. All our children can do stairs, so that doesn't bother us. The one thing I would say is we have decided now that we are going to take a pushchair for Nancy. We took one in 2023. She was 4 then. She does get really tired. It is a lot of walking. She's adamant that she doesn't want to use her pushchair in the morning. So she's saying already to us, oh no, I'm going to get on the Skyliner. I want to go into the parks. It costs a lot of money to hire out a pushchair. The pushchair we've got for Nancy is literally, it folds up. It's like, it's the same size as like a shoebox when it folds. So you can take it on the plane. You can put it above your head on the plane. You can pop it open as soon as she gets off the plane. But we'll probably take that into the parks with us at night time if we're watching the fireworks or if we're staying for the parade. Oh, the parade, that's new. So looking forward to that. So I'll try and do a little bit of a tour of Caribbean Beach when we get there to give everyone an idea of what that's like. But it's got so many things it offers. The bulk of our planning now then. So like I said, we've got 14 nights at Disney, so staying at Caribbean Beach. And we've got 7 nights at Universal, staying at Endless Summer Dockside Resort. I've basically done an itinerary for every day. There is flexibility in it. I've just made sure we've got ideas of what we want to eat every day. We want to tick off some of those really good quick service locations. We want to make sure we get a lot of food for the money as well. We have already paid for the dining plan, the quick service dining plan as part of our ticket. We want to just make sure we're getting as much as possible for the money that we've spent. And then, so what I've done is I've planned like an idea for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then a good snack choice every day. I've made a note of when the park opens, what time early entry is, what time we need to be trying to aim to get to the Skyliner, and then basically every day what we're trying to tick off. So just to give you an idea then, the first few days we're trying to tick off a really big ride, a long wait ride in every park. So day 1 we're going to get straight onto Remy's at Rope Drop. Day 2 I want to do Slinky Dog Dash at Rope Drop, because these are the rides that if you do get there early and you do get in those queues, you're able to get those rides done at the start of your day. Animal Kingdom is Avatar Flight of Passage for us on Rope Drop. And then Magic Kingdom, we want to go straight to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Nancy absolutely loves the Mine Train. And then throughout the day, all I've done is plan different things that were going on. I've been trying to keep a loose track of the ride times, like now, in the last few weeks coming up. So I've tried to sort of like scaffold what I've done to try and get the best times for those rides. We've been to Disney before, so we know what's worth a really long wait, and we know what we don't feel is worth a longer wait. So things like Soaring, we're happy to wait about 45 minutes for Soaring because we just love that. But then things like Spaceship Earth, we're not going to wait any more than sort of 20 minutes for Spaceship Earth. We won't want to wait an hour and a half for Frozen, but we'll be happy to wait 45, 50 minutes. And then again, same with things like Hollywood Studios, like we don't mind waiting for Hollywood Tower of Terror. Rise of Resistance is definitely worth a wait, but we won't be waiting a long time for things like Smugglers, the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Return. We'll be waiting about half an hour for those things. So it's just to get an idea in our head of what we're going to be doing on each day. We've obviously planned to do the fireworks at Epcot. Dan absolutely loves the fireworks at Epcot. Luminous, they're called. They are amazing. We always plan to stay and watch those from like the United Kingdom area of the lake, of the World Showcase. We always think that's a really good spot for the fireworks. We've obviously planned to do Fantasmic. The kids loved it. In 2023, Barkley fell asleep both times in front of Fantasmic. So I know he's excited to go and see that again and hopefully stay awake. We've also planned some time every day where we're going back to the pool or into a water park for a few hours in the afternoon. Our children get tired, and it's really unrealistic to suggest that they are going to be able to do Rope Drop and then stay on their feet the entire day until the end of Fantasmic finishes at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. So we do travel with younger children. Harrison, I mean, he can keep up Stamina Rise with us now. So can Barkley really at 10. But we do need to make sure that we have breaks. We tend to take our break at the time that the sun will be hottest as well, so we can go and actually sit by the pool and try and get a bit of a suntan as well while the kids are having fun. So every day we've planned 1, 2, 3 o'clock time to go back to the pool as well. Other things we want to get done on this trip. So one thing I'm looking at my itinerary as I'm talking to you. One thing I really do love, is the Happily Ever After fireworks at obviously Magic Kingdom. They're actually on at 10 o'clock when we go. this time around. They were on at 9 o'clock the year before, but they've just announced that the new nighttime parade is going to be going on at 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock every night while we're there. So the nighttime parade is like a lit up parade. They haven't done a nighttime parade at Magic Kingdom for quite a while. So we're very looking forward to seeing that. So that is on our top things to do this trip. One thing we didn't do in 2023 was Buzz Lightyear's Ranger Spin. So we're looking forward to getting to that, but then we do know it's closing actually when we're there for a refurb. So we're going to try and get on that before it closes. We've also got a whole day planned at Typhoon Lagoon and a whole day planned at Blizzard Beach. And again, like I said, with us going back in the afternoon, we might actually, when we get later on in our trip at Disney, when we've done most things we want to get done, we might actually leave the park at midday and then head straight to a water park as well. Other things we really want to do. So we've got things like Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, one thing I will say about that is because we are staying at Caribbean Beach, we are staying at a Skyliner hub, which means the only transport from Caribbean Beach we can get to Hollywood Studios and Epcot is the Skyliner. So there's no buses that go to those parks. What that means is when we get the Skyliner from Epcot in, you're actually at the back of the World Showcase at Epcot, so you're close to Remy's. So that makes Remy's a really good rope drop. However, what it means is if you want to get to the park, to Epcot and go on Guardians, you are coming in to the back of the park and you're having to walk. And remember, in Disney we can't run, so we have to walk right round to the front of the ride. So what I've actually planned to do, the kids have always wanted to do this, is hop in one of those minivans. So they're called lifts, and they're just a van that is spray painted in red with white spots. They call it a minivan, and you can actually book those. They can pick you up from Caribbean Beach and take us to Epcot. They will drop us off at the entrance to Epcot. So on the day we want to rope drop Guardians of the Galaxy, we're going to get the minivan because the children just absolutely can't wait for that. We've got some reservations booked as well, not as many as last time. What we've managed to do is I think we've booked maybe 4 or 5 reservations. 4, I think, at Disney, maybe 5. I'll go through them. Now, there are some places we just wanted to go back. There are some reservations that we haven't done before that we wanted to do. We always want to go and do a character dine, for example, but we've done Cinderella's Castle. We did Tuska's House last time. We did Hollywood and Vine last time. So we've done quite a few character meals already, but we wanted to do one that we hadn't done. So we've booked to do that as well. Now, what we wanted to do, what we didn't realise actually, was because we've got dining credits this time from our quick service dining plan that we've only got 2 meals per day. So what's actually happened is now we've booked a few reservations, it's meant that we've freed up some dining credits so that every day we actually have got a good 3 meals and a snack if we want it. That might be way too much. We might not need it. But the dining reservations have actually meant, because we know we're going to be paying for those reservations, paying for those meals, it's freed up a dining credit elsewhere. So the actual reservations that we are going to, the reservations that we've made, first one is on day 2. It's at Hollywood Studios, and we have made a reservation to go to Roundup Rodeo. We did Roundup Rodeo in 2023. If you are looking for a reservation that is good value for money, and you're looking for a family-style feast, Roundup Rodeo is amazing. It's basically all you care to enjoy is what they say, not all you can eat, all you care to enjoy. So if you sit down and they bring you something and you want a little bit more, you can ask for a little bit more. It's things like watermelon salads, mac and cheese, barbecue beans. They bring a huge barbecue platter out for the whole family. They do some lovely, almost like cherry cheddar warm rolls as well. The theming in Roundup Rodeo is insane. The children, our kids, absolutely love it. You all have to sit really still and be silent when we can hear Sid come in from Toy Story. The cast members there are amazing. We had such a great experience. We did say to the children, look, we're obviously going back to Disney. We want to make some dining reservations. Is there anywhere we went in 2023 where you want to go again? And all of them collectively said, can we go back to Roundup Rodeo? So we have booked Roundup Rodeo as a reservation. We booked it for 11:30, so it's going to be an early lunch. Now, that is a top tip from me. If you're going to make a lunch reservation, make it 11 make your reservation from 11 o'clock for lunch. If you're out of the park at lunchtime, eating at actual lunchtime, like 12:30, 1 o'clock, you will notice that everybody it's busier. Okay, if you want a time, if you're going to have a reservation at 11:30 like we are, we will come out of that reservation. Most people that will then be having their lunch, which frees up some of the ride queues as well. So there is a reason why we've booked 11:30. Other reservations, I'm just going through, seeing what we've got. So we have made a reservation at Sebastian's Bistro, which is the restaurant at the resort we are staying at. So it's at Caribbean Beach. We've made that for a Thursday evening. We booked that for about 6:30. Again, Sebastian's Bistro, people are raving about how that is a family style restaurant again, all you care to enjoy, but it's a little bit more sophisticated than what we're going to be served at Roundup Rodeo. A little bit more, sophistication on the menu. Oh, one thing I have made a note of, which is good if you are a family, our children love the sand pail ice cream that you get from Typhoon Lagoon. It's from Happy Landings Ice Cream, and it's a sand pail. It's actually in a sandcastle bucket, and it is a huge ice cream sundae. I think it's $15.99. We just pay for that ourselves, but that is a snack that everybody can enjoy. The children absolutely love that. I'm just looking at... We haven't made a reservation here because you can't, but we have planned to go to Nomad Lounge in Animal Kingdom. That is a walk up, so you need to add yourself to the walk up list for that at about 10:30 in the morning. When you're at Animal Kingdom, you have to be at Animal Kingdom near to it to add yourself to the walk up list. And it's just like small plates and cocktails, and it's set in a lovely location where you can look across where all the floats come on the river. So Dan really wanted to do that. He likes his alcohol, he likes his cocktails. So they do some very nice specialty cocktails that we're going to go and try there. Our character dining that we've decided to reserve is Topolino's Terrace in the Riviera Resort. So Caribbean Beach is here, Riviera Resort is that side. That is a walk from resort, but they do an amazing character breakfast. That is the one thing I think I have seen the most on other people's vlogs I've watched recently about that character breakfast. We booked the breakfast at 8 o'clock. It's quite high up at the Riviera, so it's got a lovely view. I think you can actually see across the skyline. You can see all the different parts. Like you can see Epcot Ball, the Expedition Everest, the Animal Kingdom tree from across there. And you get to see Minnie, Mickey, Donald and Daisy. And I think that's actually the only character dining in Walt Disney. I might be wrong. It's the only character dining at Disney where you can see actually those 4 characters. They're all in their artist clothes. Nancy absolutely loves Daisy Duck, so she will absolutely love that. On the same day that we're having that for breakfast, we've also made a reservation at Ogre's Cantina. Again, that's my husband. He loves Star Wars. He loves the cocktail. So they do, again, some brilliant specialty cocktails. We've booked that for about 3 o'clock. They do small plates. I don't think we're going to get any food there. It will literally be a place where we just go soak up all the Star Wars atmosphere in that bar. It's just a bar, really, that sells some very, very expensive cocktails. But we're at Disney and that's what we're going to do. Yeah, we've planned to go to the nighttime parade. I have planned to do it at 11 o'clock. The kids will absolutely love an 11 o'clock parade. We've also planned to go to the Fantasia mini golf. I said this at the start, but you do get mini golf, free tickets for the mini golf as part of your 14-day Magic Pass. So make sure you use them because we are definitely going to use it and go to one of those. We've also planned an afternoon at Disney Springs. I want to go to Gideon's Bakehouse and get those amazing cookies. I've never tried the cookies. And another place we are going, actually, but it is part of our Disney quick service dining plans. It's not going to cost us any extra. Is Sinai, which is at the Animal Kingdom Villas, which is an amazing place for breakfast. So we're going to go there. I'm just looking at what else we've got. Nothing else there. We're going to go to the boardwalk. I've planned to go and walk down the boardwalk. That'll be nice. And our best reservation that we are going to, which I am the most excited for. It's actually mine and Dan's 10-year wedding anniversary when we're out there this time. So we have gone full out and we have booked the California Grill which is at the top of the Contemporary Resort for the 3-course meal. We'll definitely get the wine pairings, or maybe Dan will, maybe I won't, but we'll see. And we've booked that because at California Grill, we've booked it at 7:20, but what you can do is they allow you to then go out onto the balcony and watch the fireworks from there. So out onto the balcony, they actually play the Happily Ever After music into the restaurant. So that'll just be an amazing way to end our 14 nights at Disney World, which will be brilliant. Another thing we've planned for the children to do the movie Under the Stars, which they do at all Disney resorts. So at Caribbean Beach, they'll put on a film and they'll all be on the deck chairs and they'll watch it over the lake, which will be lovely. All Disney resorts as well have entertainment on for kids all the time. We don't spend a lot of time at the resort. Like I said, we'll go back during the day to spend time in the pool and things and do things like that at night time. We're only doing that once, roast the marshmallows and things. We won't be staying at the resort for a long time each day because we spend the money. We want to be in the parks as much as possible. That's just how we do it. And then the last day at Disney, we've planned to just go back on our favourite rides, which is Guardians of the Galaxy. We want to do Test Track. Test Track is opening 4 days before we get there. So, and it's not going to be a virtual queue. It's going to be straight be in a standby queue. So we are very excited to get onto that. And then we'll spend a little bit of our last morning at Magic Kingdom, saying goodbye to Cinderella's Castle, going to Main Street Confectionery. The kids will definitely want one of those popcorn mixes to take with them in the Uber to Universal. So that kind of sums up our main highlights from Disney and what we're going to be doing when we are there. Again, we're just so excited. We love going to Disney, and 14 days at Caribbean Beach, going to all the 4 Disney parks and the 2 water parks is just going to be amazing. One thing I haven't mentioned is something that Barkley would want me to mention is the pin trading. Barkley, our middle child, he is 10. He is a huge Disney pin trading fan. He got some pins when we went in 2023. Absolutely loved looking at the pins. We end up actually getting like a little set of pins for him, for all the children before they go, like a little selection of traders already. And then they'll take those and they'll just trade those. They might spend some of their own money on new pins. Barkley has actually got lots of his dad's pins from when his dad went when he was a child to Disney. And his granddad actually came the other week and gave Barkley some more pins from when he took his dad when his dad was younger. So he's got a great selection of pins. And one person that Barkley's most excited to see, Barkley follows someone called WDW Kevin on YouTube. He is a pin trading pro. He is at those Disney parks all the time, pin trading. We have also factored in time for Barkley to hopefully go and meet Kevin. Barkley's plan is to get him a Judy Hop pin because that's his favourite character, Disney character, and then trade a pin with him. But yeah, Barkley does love all the pin. So as part of the vlogs that we're doing for you when we're there, we will make sure to get some snippets of Barkley pin trading because he just absolutely loves it, just going and seeing those pin boards. And you can actually pin trade with lots of the cast members as well. So that is something else that we've got on everything. And we've got this little pin trading symbol on my itinerary every day to remind us that we want to go pin trading a lot. So that brings me on to the highlights now then from when we get into Universal Orlando. So after our 40 nights at Disney, we are Ubering over to Universal Endless Summer Dockside Resort to stay there for 7 nights. And with that, we've got 3 Park Explorer tickets. And then we've got a 1-day ticket to Epic Universe, which I am so excited about. The plan for Universal Orlando, I've never been. I am so excited. I've never been. Dan went as a child, as like a teenager. Our children have never been to Universal Orlando. We've not taken them. They are now at an age where they will go and they'll have a great time. Harrison and Barkley are at an age where they're going to get on every single ride. They're tall enough for every ride. Nancy is not going to get on some of the rides. We've had a height chart in the kitchen on our chalkboard for a while because Nancy just wants to, she's been trying her best. Am I 48 inches yet? She really wants to get on Hagrid's motorbike. I don't think she's going to get on it. She's 47 inches with shoes on. I'm not sure she'll get onto it. So she'll probably be a little bit gutted about that. But again, Universal now, there's so many rides that she will be able to experience and that she will be able to get on. Epic Universe, I know she can do quite a few of those. So the plan really then for Universal is to just go and just soak up all the atmosphere and just have the best time. Not been there before. I've done my research. I have planned. I've got an itinerary. Again, my itineraries are there, but they're flexible in that they have to swap and change if ride times are too high or if the children get tired, etc. Things like that. And all those things you've got to take into account when you're a family. So we will Uber from Disney to Universal Endless Summer Dockside. We haven't booked that Uber. That'll be something that the Disney will be able to ring for us to get an Uber quite quickly to that resort. So we will do that. The idea being we'll check in at about 3:00. We'll go to a room, we'll unpack, we'll explore the hotel. We're going to get a bus to City Walk and we're going to just explore down there. And then we are actually going to go to Bubba Gump on the first night at Universal Orlando, just because the kids love Forrest Gump and Bubba Gump is everything on a menu that we all absolutely love. So we'll be getting on there. We have planned to maybe go to Anne's Adventure to see if we can get on Hagrid's at night, the first night, just a chance to see whether we will. Again, if we're tired and the queue time is too long, we won't. But we have planned to do that. We've then planned a full day. So the next sort of 7 days, we've planned a full day in Universal Studios. We've planned a full day in Universal Islands of Adventure. We've got a full day at Volcano Bay. We've got our full day at Epic Universe. We've got another full day at Universal Islands of Adventure towards the end. We've got another full day at Universal Studios, but we've said that that might be a shorter day and we might go and spend the afternoon at Volcano Bay. So our kids just love a water park. And then we're going to spend the last morning at Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. Might use the train to Hogsmeade and hop back and forth that way before we head home. But I'm not talking about home. Let's talk about the highlights of our Universal holiday. So there's no dining plan. So we're going to eat really well at Disney for 2 weeks. And then we're going to Universal and realise it's so expensive. But again, you know, you have to. If you're there, you may as well spend the money on the food, mightn't you? You're going to have to anyway. We're going to have to eat. So I've planned out some of the places that the children wanted to try for food at Universal. So like the Leaky Cauldron, the kids want to go to that. The Minion Cafe. I haven't even tried the Today Cafe. There's so many vlogs on there about what they offer in terms of food, really good value. And then the plan for the first day really is to get through as many of the rides at Universal Studios as possible. Obviously, with staying on resort, we get the hours early entry. It's actually an hour at Universal, which I didn't realise. It's half an hour at Disney. We've got the mega movie parade that we want to do. And then we've got the sensational like fireworks at 9:00 as well that night. Endless Summer Dockside Resort have a pool as well, so we will be spending a bit of time going back and forth during the day to keep the children's energy up and things, even if they just need to go back to the room for a quick nap. And then Dan, I know, really wants to get on Rip Ride Rocket at Universal Studios because they are going to be closing that really shortly. I've watched a POV video for Rip Ride Rocket and it's not going to be something that I think we'll enjoy. Nancy can't go on it, which might be a really good excuse for me. It's meant to be quite a rough roller coaster. It's been there for many, many years. So we'll see how I go on that one. The biggest thing at Universal Studios for us that morning, the first morning, is to get to the Wizarding World and go and see Diagon Alley and get on the Escape from Gringotts as well. We also want to try the Ocean Attack at Chef Alcatraz. That's meant to be an amazing Jaws-inspired cocktail. So I want to try that. Universal Islands of Adventure. So we've actually booked to go to Mythos, which is meant to be one of the best theme park restaurants there is. So we want to go to Mythos. That's in Islands of Adventure. So we've booked that reservation for 6:00 for a dinner for at night time. The children want to go to Green Eggs and Ham, which is the cafe on Zeus Landing. And then we're just going to go through the rides again. Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure is one of the highlights from there. I want to go and explore Hogsmeade. I want to go watch some of the shows that they've got on there as well. Doctor Doom's Fearful, meeting the characters, the Incredible Hulk Coaster, the Cat in the Hat, all those things that we're going to really enjoy. Moving on to our day at Volcano Bay. So the plan is a whole day at Volcano Bay, getting there as soon as it opens and staying there the whole day. We want to have an early-ish night that night because we've got Epic the next day. So we've planned to just stay at Volcano Bay until it closes sort of 6-7 o'clock and then make our way back and get an early night that day. We also want to make sure that we pick something up for breakfast so we can have breakfast in the room on our Epic Universe day. So we've got something because we want to get to Epic Universe really early the next day. Epic Universe, now there is so much planning I've done to try and sort out how we're going to even plan and get around everything on this day, because we've only got one day and pressure's on to try and get every single thing done. However, I started off planning, I changed my mind, I've changed my mind again, and now I'm back to where I was at the start, which was to not go and do Harry Potter Ministry of Magic at the start of our day. We are planning to go straight in, early entry, and get to Isle of Berk, How to Train Your Dragon. That is going to be the best land for our family to experience. We've just watched the new, we've just watched the new real life remake of How to Train Your Dragon, and we just love it. I'm hoping I can meet Toothless, but I have heard he can get to like a 4-hour queue, so we won't be meeting Toothless if it's a 4-hour queue, but we're going to try. And I really want to watch the show The Untrainable Dragon because people are absolutely raving about that show. Dragon Racers Rally as well is the top ride, the first ride hopefully that we'll do that day. The children obviously want to go to Super Nintendo World. Our kids aren't massive Mario Kart fans. I mean, they've played Mario Kart. I wouldn't say they're massive Mario fans, but we want to obviously do Minecart Madness, Bowser's Challenge. Nancy wants to sit in Yoshi's Adventure, and they want to try some of those strange drinks and snacks that we've seen come up on YouTube, those Bubbly Barrel and Yoshi Snack Island places to go and eat from. Then the plan will be to jump over to Dark Universe, where we'll do Monsters Unchained. Again, Nancy can't go on that, which is annoying. So we will be using their rider switch for that. Some character meet and greets, Curse of the Werewolf, Celestial Park. We want to do Stardust Races. We want to do the Carousel. And then towards the end of the day, we want to go into Harry Potter. We will take a break, but we'll take a break in the park while we're eating, find somewhere to sit down and that. And then we want to try and get in the Harry Potter Ministry of Magic queue right before it's going to close, or if it drops like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon I think we've said that we're happy to wait 90 minutes or under for it, but we're not going to stand in the queue for any longer than that with the kids. The queue is meant to be amazing, which is why I'm thinking 90 minutes we're okay, because there'll be a lot to look at as we go through, but I'm definitely not going to be queuing above 90 minutes for that. Hopefully our plan will work, and towards the later on in the afternoon the ride time will come down, or we'll be able to jump in the queue at like 9 o'clock before the park closes at 10. Food plans for Epic Universe. Again, breakfast in the room at Endless Summer before we even leave, or have a grab and go bag for food in that morning. I'm sure we'll be queuing outside of Epic Universe for a while to get in. Lunch, we want to go to Hooligans Grog and Gruel, which is where we get the mac and cheese cones. Nancy loves mac and cheese, and sometimes it can be hard to find things that she absolutely loves. So I think they've got like the chicken one or like the pulled pork or something on it. So we'll definitely go one of those. Dinner, we're going up to Burning Blade Tavern. I really want to get the garlic steak, which is like a pretzel with garlic. It's like a steak, like a fork. I get there, and then I've just put loads of things down for snacks, like DeLacy's Cottage. They've got some like cinnamon snacks that I really want to try. I want to go to Bar Moonshine, which is in the Wizarding World, to get a really fancy sherbet lemon cocktail. We want to explore the shops. Barkley will definitely want to go and get a pin. So there's loads to do. Doesn't feel like there's a lot of time in the day to do Epic Universe, but we are going to definitely try our best. Then we've got another full day planned at Universal Islands of Adventure. We want to get to Three Broomsticks and the Hog's Head for butterbeers and stuff. And then we've got a reservation for Cowfish, which is on City Walk, which is like a sushi/burger place. So we're looking forward to seeing what that's like. And then it'll just be the case of trying to get on the rides that we haven't done or we want to do again that day. I'm sure we want to do Hagrid's Motorbike a good few times. Well, as I know Dan and the boys will want to do Velocicoaster more than once. I want to do the River Adventure Jurassic Park. That looks amazing. And the Skull Island, the Reign of Kong. So that's the plan there. Universal Islands Adventure have also got Hogwarts Always Show, which I really want to do because that's meant to be brilliant, where they light up the actual Hogwarts castle. Then we are going to go for, after that, we've got another sort of half a day at Universal Studios planned. We want to go and meet Shrek. We want to go to Shrek Swamp and buy the Shrek Soul. Bark keeps going on about the Shrek Soul. We want to go and do the Trolls roller coaster, the Troller coaster. We want to go do the Simpsons. The animal actors on location, the children wanted to do that. They've seen that. Want to meet Mama Luna, meet Puss in Boots, and those are the characters they love. We want to go to Central Park Crepes and have one of those amazing crepes. Then we're going to spend the afternoon in Volcano Bay. But we have made a reservation on that day, actually. I've just seen it on my itinerary for the Toothsome Chocolate Emporium at 12:30. That is just somewhere where they just serve lots of sugary things. But they apparently do some really cool pulled pork or pork belly sliders that look really good. So we're going to go there for lunch and we're going to have something there. They do these amazing milkshakes that are topped with like chocolate brownies and like confetti cakes and all sorts of stuff. And then hopefully that afternoon we're going to head to Volcano Bay and just spend another afternoon in the water park as well. The last day, day 21, we're going to spend the morning at Universal Studios, get the train over to Islands of Adventure, to Hogsmeade. We want to go and get the swamp snacks that day. We want to go get a lard lad donut. I really want a lard lad donut. And I know Dan will definitely want to go to Duff Brewery and get a Simpsons themed beer. And then that is basically it. Now, I have just absolutely gone through that so fast that I feel like I've spoken about all of the highlights, but not everything that we are going to do. That is the basic idea of our holiday, and I will be doing as much videoing as possible. I will come back, I will edit to try and make a really good few vlogs out of our 3-week holiday. And hopefully you guys will follow us and be ready for our next adventure and come and join us in our next Family of 5 adventure. As I'm sure you've heard from that huge itinerary and all those travel plans that we've got, we are so very excited about our 3-week holiday to Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando. We cannot wait. And with only 12 days to go, I still feel like I've got a lot to do. I will do a packing vlog before I go. I've got lots of like unique things that I always take on holiday as a family of 5, things that we use all the time, things that make the holiday easier for us, things that help the kids and it makes it easier for them. So I will be sharing that before we go. But I hope this has been really useful to you. Please follow, please subscribe, please put in some comments about what you think to our itinerary, and please just let us know when your next holiday is, or if you need any help or advice with planning. I'm always happy to share our planning ideas with anybody as well. So please just get in contact, send me a comment, and I'll be able to get something sorted out. But yeah, please do hit subscribe, please hit follow, and come with us on our next amazing adventure. And from our family to yours, bye for now.